So all answers given, every debate settled. The elephant in the room has finally been addressed. Captain, hitman, whatever you want to call it, it was not his best 100, but certainly, if you take Rohit Sharma's career, it will rank as one of the most important hundreds
Yeah.
for sure. That first shot, yes, he was not in control, but after that, almost everything started hitting the middle of the bat. The straight shot came, the lofted drives came towards mid wicket, towards straight, pull, hook. Gargi Raut first thoughts, Rohit Sharma giving himself and India a real boost. And all of a sudden, Shreyash in form, Gill in form, Rohit getting runs, the Aksar experiment clicking, India is looking the team going into the Champions Trophy. Thoughts?
I mean, I am so relieved to see that performance from Rohit Sharma. I'm sure half, not even half, the entire dressing room will be so relieved tonight. They will have a good night's sleep. They will not be, going to sleep thinking whether or not Rohit Sharma should be dropped ahead of the Champions Trophy or what is going on. What do we do with Rohit Sharma? Our captain is not performing. So many questions were cluttering our minds. And I know we, as journalists, try to be neutral, but we were all incredibly worried about Rohit Sharma and the way that he was looking, even though he had been performing really well in white ball cricket. But tonight will be, I think, one of the best nights that the selectors will have. They will go to sleep, they will celebrate. But at the same time, I agree, 100% agree with what you said. I love the fact that, it wasn't, again, one of Rohit Sharma's best 100 or something like that, but he looked in control, and that's what I loved about his batting today. He looked in control. His shots were in control, and if you were watching the match and hearing the sound of the bat, I think that was also phenomenal. He was middling the balls quite well, and that was what I was looking for. That was the confirmation I was looking for. Sometimes you end up getting a few runs, but it wasn't just about runs tonight. It was about the fact that he got a good start. He converted that start into a big milestone, and also the fact that he looked completely in control throughout the innings. There were no edges or something that were getting him runs. It was him who was getting the runs with a straight bat, with an array of shots. So very, very positive for India. Very positive.
Yeah, Bharat, except the floodlight, which was embarrassing. Let's put it in, clear cut terms, blunt terms. It was embarrassing in an international cricket stadium. We talked about Pakistan yesterday and we were saying, but for a match to be delayed by 40 plus minutes or 35 or whatever minutes it was embarrassing for Katak. I'm sure BCCI will take that into account, except that blip, which was bad. And maybe KL Rahul towards the end once again. India might just want to try out Rishabh Pant the next day, but Bharat Ramraj, I thought Gargi Raut put it quite beautifully there. Rohit Sharma has finally put a lot of debates to rest and a lot of headaches to rest. More than anything, it is relief. Relief that the captain can still score runs, relief that the captain can bat 100 balls, relief that if you see towards the second half of the innings, the reflexes had just gotten a tad faster. He was coming onto the ball, that hook shot, that straight shot, and he was looking in control as the innings progressed. Bharat Ramraj.
Yeah, first of all, if a captain scores runs, then it's always great for the team. I mean, the captain has to lead from the front. So when captain is not scoring runs, it kind of demoralizes the side because others look up to the captain. Yeah, sometimes maybe you overestimate the importance of a captain in terms of tactics and all, but when it comes to leading from the front, it always helps when your skipper is scoring runs. So from that point of view, going into the Champions Trophy, this was definitely a huge thing for the Indian team today. And as it has already been noted, the selectors would be feeling much better. The think tank would be feeling much better. The coach would be feeling much better. And obviously, Rohit Sharma himself would have a sigh of relief. So that's the main thing. Obviously, as far as batting is concerned, the one thing I liked was he was not trying to out. He was not trying to what can you say muscle the ball. He was looking at relying on timing. So that's an important factor for Rohit Sharma. So he looked to time the ball well, waited for the ball, and that's I guess helped him. That flick shot he played early on in his innings, that really got him going. And the one more stroke he played of Mark Wood, just I guess it's a fuller Lendl, just smashed it over maybe long gone or something on this line. So this couple of shots got him really going. But as it is noted that when someone is perhaps not feeling confident, you need maybe a small piece of luck or something on those lines. That umpire's call also definitely played a role. That's again from Rohit Sharma's point of view. You need such things to go your way, the percentages. So yeah, it's a great sign for the Indian team. A lot of things are functioning well. Yeah, maybe there is that slight flutter of India's number 6, number 7, 8, whatever it is lower down the order. They're not really contributing, or they have not got the chances. So maybe in a big match, suddenly if India say 5 for 150, then there could be small flutter or two. But barring that, I guess a lot of things have fallen in place, and that's great for the Indian team going on the Champions Trophy.
Naman, Bharat and Gargi both said it right. I mean, if you see, the coach will sleep, the selectors will sleep, the captain will sleep, the fans will sleep. Most importantly, a lot of fans will sleep happy. Most fans will sleep happy, except the trolls who will sort of, not be happy because of Rohit versus Virat, that idiocy that keeps happening in Indian cricket. But on a serious note, what this will also do is help Rohit's captaincy. This will also rub off on his captaincy, will give him that confidence as a skipper, because he will now know the dressing room is with him. He will know that all these murmurs have been put to rest. That rumor that I had said yesterday at our 5 p.m. show that was doing the rounds, all of a sudden day before, that Rohit will opt out, Rohit will opt out. And I said there was nothing like this till yesterday. If you remember, I said it on the show very clearly. Finally, all of such rumors have been put to rest, and he will now feel that he's got the team back. He's got the dressing room back. He doesn't have to answer those kind of hard questions to himself. And Sydney is now behind. Every sense for Team India, Rohit getting runs makes a huge difference, Naman.
Yes, definitely. So, like I said it in the pre-match, he needed some time out in the middle. Initially, 5, 6 balls, he needed to understand the conditions that were there for the batters to take. And following that start that he got, despite the break that the light issue gave him, there was nothing wrong in his game. He just looked so confident in his shot selection, in his play. That, I mean, if Rohit can bat like this at the Champions League, India become a different beast to play against. He has looked in command in this innings spectacularly. This is his 32nd ton, I believe, and 32nd, 33rd. And I mean, I wouldn't have cared. He has scored so many at this point. But today, at this stage of his career, with a lot happening behind the scenes, with the rumors, murmurs, whatever there have been, this one was needed for him to cool his nerves, to tell the world that he is still one of the best white ball cricketer out there. And this was spectacular innings for, I mean, it really set the tone for the chase, and India really got on from there, to be fair.
See, Gargi, if you divide the innings into three parts, the first half, first 4 5 balls, he looked edgy. He looked edgy, and you could see that little bit of apprehension, that little bit of uncertainty, and then he danced down, then played that shot, the bat turned in his hand, he got a four, he was lucky. And then, as Bharat very rightly said, the umpire's call went his way. But you need that little bit of luck when you're coming out of a bad patch. Having said that, that straight shot, and for me, the shot of the match was 88 to 94, that shot of Mark Wood. Mark Wood was bowling 149. The ball was pitched. Rohit Sharma was onto it in a flash, and we've been saying that his reflexes tad slow, tad slow, tad slow. But second half of the innings, he wasn't slow. He was the Rohit Sharma of June of 24. He was the Rohit Sharma who did that T20 World Cup, and that ball was with disdain hit to long on for six. If you take the mind, we've criticized him rightly so, but if you take the mind, so much of pressure, building, 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 for someone to be able to deliver under such pressure speaks a lot, Gargi.
And that's the thing I was constantly worrying about. I spoke about this in the pre-match live as well, when we were talking about Rohit Sharma, when we were talking about the comeback, and I have been speaking about this since a few lives, talking about how he looks out of touch, and the fact that with Rohit Sharma's batting, when that slump was happening before this century, you couldn't put your finger on what was going wrong for Rohit Sharma. With the Virat Kohli, you could tell that there were a few weaknesses, that there were a few deliveries that would absolutely get him out. But with Rohit Sharma, you couldn't tell. There were no technical difficulties as such that were, glaring issues or were highlighted every single match. It was clear that, it was in the mind. His mind was cluttered. Obviously, there's so much pressure on him. And he spoke to you and said that he has a thick skin. He doesn't listen to social media. He doesn't listen to outside noise. But I wonder, how much can a public figure like Rohit Sharma, how much can you protect them from the outside noise? I am sure that he must have heard about 1,000 different things throughout this bad patch. And to come back from all of that, to think of the pressure as a captain, to think of the pressure that he had after being dropped in Sydney, it's not easy, especially at an international level where everyone is after your spot. Everyone is talking about how he doesn't deserve to be in the team. This is serious pressure to handle. And the fact that he's done this today, and I said it in the beginning as well, in not in the beginning, in the pre-match live, that this was the perfect setup for Rohit Sharma to come back with the kind of conditions that there were in Cuttack. And of course, perfect batting conditions. He made the perfect use of everything.
यार राघवेंद्र, किसी ने नहीं निकाला यार, वो कैप्टन है। एक रूमर चल रहा था, हम लोगों ने वो रूमर डिसमिस किया, तो उल्टा सीधा बकवास मत करो। किसी ने उसको नहीं निकाला, और यहां से निकालने का किसी का औकात भी नहीं है। वो इंडिया का कैप्टन है, हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं क्योंकि डिस्कशन होनी भी चाहिए थी। अगर वो 2 मैच नहीं खेलते, 2 मैच में रन नहीं बनाते, तो डिस्कशन और ज्यादा हो जाता कि यार खेलना चाहिए, नहीं खेलना चाहिए। सो जो सवाल पूछ रहे हो, जो सवाल उठा रहे हो, वो प्रॉपरली उठाया करो। इनफैक्ट yesterday, if you watch the show at 5 p.m, it is still online. Go and check. We dismissed that this is what is being said in social media. There is a rumor that is going around and it is not true, because I had heard it the previous day that this is what is going around and it was not true. So that is the question. And Bharat, already there is a section, Virat fails again. Nonsense. Virat fails again is the usual. Now that section of Rohit fans, the toxic, idiotic trolls who are Rohit fans, will say Virat fails again. Virat will score. All of a sudden, the batting is looking the part. Virat will score the next day, maybe in the Champions Trophy. I did not find Virat Kohli's white ball form any kind of concern. But more importantly, do you want to try out Rishabh Pant in the third game for KL Rahul, Bharat Ramraj?
Yeah, I guess they can try Rishabh Pant. See, KL Rahul, with great respect to me, I know it's a very good record, averages 48 or whatever. When he's at his best, plays hard lengths well, and also he's decent against spin in one-day cricket. Not so much in T20 cricket, obviously, but in one-day cricket he can manage. But still, India can try Rishabh Pant if he comes good, left-hand batter as well. So throws in another option in terms of left-hand right-hand combination. So if he comes good in the third match, then maybe India can look at Rishabh Pant going into the Champions trophies, because again, it's all, and someone like Gautam Gambhir is a huge fan of this left-hand right-hand combination. So knowing that, you never know. I guess that he may just try Pant in the third match. As far as Kohli is concerned, maybe there's one small problem he has against this wrist spin and left arm spin, especially against Adil Rashid. He has troubled Kohli quite a bit in T20s and ODIs, but obviously Adil Rashid will be playing for England and they will be in the other group. But that is one small problem. Even someone like Mitchell Sander, Bangladesh would always have one left arm spinner at least. So he has an issue or two there. Hopefully in a Champions Trophy he will come good, because a lot of teams will try left arm spin or wrist spin at him.
राघवेंद्र, हम लोग 100% सवाल उठाएंगे। आपको बुरा लगा तो फर्क नहीं पड़ता, आप कोई नहीं होते हो बुरा, आपके लिए शो नहीं कर रहे हैं, शो कर रहे हैं सही सवाल उठाने के लिए। रोहित शर्मा was not playing well. We were very much within our rights to be constructively critical, and we were. And we kept saying all of us want Rohit to perform. All of us want Rohit to perform. In fact, even in my Economic Times column today, the headline is a final flourish question mark. So you will always see us asking the right questions. And the right question was, Rohit Sharma wasn't looking the Rohit Sharma that we wanted him to look. Today he did, and look at what we've been saying. We've done articles, we are saying it, and that is the job of journalism, to be constructively critical and call spade a spade. So whether you like it or not, I give two hoots about it. We will ask the right questions always and always. If questions have to be asked, we will. Gargi, coming to that Rishabh Pant point, think about it. You have someone of the caliber of Rishabh Pant on the bench. You have Jaiswal on the bench. Then think of the batting of this team. Gautam Gambhir and Rohit Sharma might just want to try out Rishabh Pant to see what kind of form he is in. They will have both options. KL with these two, 30, 40 runs left. Obviously, you can't take these two failures as not in form or anything like that. So they will always have the KL option. But Rishabh Pant always offers the Indian side a massive option with the Akshar Patel experiment coming good. He's another match winner in the middle order. Gargirao.
This is something that I had been thinking about in the first innings itself, actually, because you look at the way I think there were a few slip ups from KL Rahul when it comes to wicket keeping today, and Rohit Sharma wasn't too happy about it either. I think there were two missed chances of a wicket, and that could have changed. That could have changed a lot, because at one point the total was just too much, 300 runs, and you never want your opposition to go over 300 runs no matter how the conditions are, but they did, and those two wickets could have changed a lot. And that's when I actually started thinking about whether or not now the management will think about getting Rishabh Pant back in. And it could just happen because Rishabh Pant is very, very capable behind the wickets, and he is better than a KL Rahul. But at the same time, when you look at a KL Rahul, he just gives you so much versatility that it's difficult to get him out of the squad. He can bat at number 1, 2, he can bat at number 3, he can bat at number 5. Now he's batting at number 6. So can you drop a versatile batter like that in exchange for a better wicket keeper? Not sure. Not sure what the management might be thinking about when it comes to those areas. But at the same time, just to think about the fact that India has so much quality, that you have a Yashasvi Jaiswal and a Rishabh Pant on the bench, says a lot.
Having said that, if you see, Rishabh Pant was also tried at number 3. He batted the entire World T20 at number 3. So it's not as if Rishabh Pant has not batted at the top of the order. He has. He has batted 3, he has batted 4, he has batted in multiple different positions in the batting order as well. So to keep everybody game ready, it might not be a bad idea to give him one game and keep him game ready. KL Rahul has also already played a couple of games. Rishabh Pant gets one game, is game ready going into the Champions Trophy. Virat Kohli, for example, all of us would want Virat Kohli to score some runs in the next match. Today they tried, Naman, take this. Today they tried Varun Chakravarti. They tried Kuldeep Yadav in the last game. They are giving all of these guys game ready because they know that in another couple of days they will have to announce the final squad. So it might be Varun, it might be Harshit if Jasprit is not there. So India trying out every possible option so that they are 100% certain of their final 15 going into the Champions Trophy. Naman.
Yes, definitely. I mean, this series was particularly done for India to try out the options. They haven't been playing the ODI format for so long now. Last, I believe, it was in Sri Lanka last year. So obviously, this was the time that they were going to try out things, and this has been perfectly. I mean, the management has been using every player perfectly well right now. They have been utilizing Harshit Rana over the last couple of matches. I believe Arshdeep will also get a chance in the final match just before the Champions Trophy begins. And Kuldeep Yadav and Varun Chakravarti have been swapped now, and they have been using it perfectly well. Now, Virat Kohli coming in today, this was his first game. He might be rusty. There might be some issues that he might want to take charge over. But next game, we'll see Virat Kohli might go on and score like Rohit got his confidence back. Virat also might get the confidence back to going and score those runs that everyone has been demanding him to get. So yes, this was this series that India wanted to try out things, and they have done it perfectly well. Now Rishabh Pant can also come in for KL Rahul. It's just the fact that KL Rahul brought that calmness in the lower middle order, and Rishabh Pant is someone who goes after the bowling attack. So I'm not sure if Gambhir wants to go completely aggressive in the lower middle order, or is he going to stick with KL Rahul there?
Sports fan, you're asking whether red ball form and white ball form should be mixed. Absolutely not. White ball form was always the issue that is being discussed here. Does this make Rohit's red ball form, a matter of not a matter of concern? Of course not. Rohit's red ball form remains a matter of concern, as does Virat. So make no mistake, we are not going to extrapolate red ball form and white ball form and sort of merge and say, oh, you know what, India's all problems have been taken care of. No, that is for the trolls to do, not for us to do. Rohit's red ball form remains a massive concern and will. Does he play red ball cricket in England under current circumstances? The answer is no. He will have to go and play the India A games and be ready. At this point, we are only talking about white ball form going into the Champions Trophy. Gargi, do you always sort of get this feeling that KL Rahul gets a raw deal? I mean, two matches, two failures. Yes, but come on. In Australia, I mean, everybody failed in Border Gavaskar Trophy. As somebody saying deep, I think, saying Border Gavaskar Trophy, he failed. This is the problem. Rohit failed, Virat failed, whole team failed. KL was better than many, and all of a sudden you're saying KL failed in Border Gavaskar Trophy. This is not Border Gavaskar Trophy. This is white ball cricket. He's coming into bat at a time even lower than Akshar Patel. He's coming into bat at a time when 30-35 runs are there. The motivation is obviously not the same. It is, come on. I mean, we have to not lose perspective. Are we being a tad harsh on KL Rahul, Gargi? Because the question was directed at you, saying, where is the versatility?
Clearly, we're not watching the same KL Rahul, because if there's anyone who has given you a lot of versatility in the batting lineup, it's KL Rahul. Be it Test cricket, be it ODIs, he's always given you so many options when it comes to batting in positions, and he's a good player of spin as well. But when we talk about the past few months, KL Rahul has batted in so many positions. Even if we're talking about red ball cricket, take it from the New Zealand series. I think uh, he was batting at a different position. He was batting lower down the order. BGT comes, he opens for one game, then he's down at number 5, then he's no, I don't even remember how many positions he's batted at this point, because there's just so many. So if you're constantly talking about how KL Rahul is failing, you also have to consider that the fact that his batting position is being tinkered with almost after every 2 games, and that's just something that does mess with you. Yes, KL Rahul is a professional cricketer on the biggest stage uh, on the biggest global stage, but at the same time, you have to consider the fact that uh, he's saying, but he failed 80% of the time. What will you do with this first? Again, you have to consider the fact that his position is being tinkered with every single
No, no.
every
When
single series.
we are talking about white ball cricket, 50 over format.
Exactly.
2023 World Cup, except the final, KL Rahul was brilliant. As a keeper, brilliant. As a batter, brilliant. Yes, you will talk about that final innings, but in that final innings, so did Virat, so did everybody else, so did Shreyas, everybody else failed. So don't single out KL Rahul. Except that final innings, the way he batted right through the World Cup, the versatility that Gargi Raut is talking about was much on view. And if you see his wicket keeping in the World Cup, especially, for example, to somebody like a Mohammad Shami, that too was on view. So to just criticize for the sake of criticizing doesn't really matter. And somebody says, we would have questioned had the floodlights gone off in Gaddafi. We are questioning the floodlights going off in Cuttack also. If you see our tweets, if you see our pieces, if you see whatever in international sport, it is unacceptable. Whether it is Gaddafi, whether it is Cuttack. The problem with Pakistan is you guys will not have the guts to go and say anything. We will. The moment it went off, we started criticizing. We started asking questions. We started saying, should the BCCI allocate games to Qatar? Because in our country, it is a free democratic country, and we are allowed to criticize. And nobody dare come and say, why are you criticizing? The problem with you guys is, after yesterday also, when questions should have been asked from Pakistan, after that Rachin Ravindra thing, you guys will not. You all will come in because you live of India. That is your problem, not ours. Bharat Ramraj, KL Rahul question, the point that Gargi just answered, do you reckon he's kind of a soft target, that people go after him a little bit too much? Is KL Rahul a soft target, Bharat Ramraj?
Yeah, to some extent, he is. Even maybe in 2035, I'm pretty sure people will be talking about that one particular match, the 2023 World Cup final. They will keep coming, keep coming back. It's so much that, say, November 18, 2024, that is just one day before the World Cup final. That is obviously the next year. I saw about at least 50 tweets on November 18, 2024 itself. I knew the next day, November 19th, my timeline would be flooded full of about KL Rahul's knock from the 2023 World Cup final. So that particular knock will be held against him forever. So that is something I guess he has to take it in his stride and keep moving forward. The only thing I have against KL Rahul is sometimes he seems to get a little too intense. Perhaps he just needs to stop thinking too much. That's how it feels when he's batting. Even when I saw him in the Ranji Trophy a couple of times, when he gets beaten, he goes to the square towards the square leg umpire, is muttering something, saying something to him. So I guess he gets a little bit too intense, and that could be the reason why he played that now in that World Cup final. Perhaps thought too much that India shouldn't lose a wicket here or on those lines, and I will try to take India till the 50th over, and then he got out to Mitchell Stark's reverse swing. That happens when you start to think too much, when you get too intense. That's the only thing I have against KL Rahul when it comes to playing under pressure, maybe somewhere in the World Cup final, the Champions Trophy semi-final or final. I hope he plays with a little more freedom, doesn't play with that kind of intensity.
Naman, Bharat actually either counted or looked at all those tweets. 24th, he just said 18 November 2024, he was counting the tweets on his timeline.
Approximate guess.
Counted or looked or whatever he did, Bharat actually went and checked all of those tweets. Bharat, you're a legend. You're an absolute legend. Even KL Rahul wouldn't do it. You have done it. So you should be, different. Bharat Ramraj and Twitter is a different love affair. Elon Musk should start a badge which should come to Bharat. But on a serious note, even the bowling is starting to look the part, Naman. The spin department especially. I'll go to Gargi in a bit, but Kuldeep Yadav was not bad the last game. He was decent enough. You allowed Varun Chakravarti an opportunity today. Again, Varun Chakravarti was decent enough. Ravindra Jadeja, 3 wickets in both games, 6 in 2, has already cemented his place. You've got Akshar Patel, who's delivering with the bat time and again, so he gives you that all-round option. All of a sudden, you have a left-arm wrist spin, you have a leg, you have a mystery spinner, whatever you want to call it. You've got 2 left-arm spinners, so you've got multiple different variations in the spin department, Naman Suri.
Yeah, definitely. The spin department has been firing on all the cylinders that India required them from them at this point of time. And yeah, we have the resources. We have. I mean, my only concern will be the fitness of our pace bowlers, in particular Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Shami. But given the fact that how the spin bowling has been doing, I mean, the bowling department also looks solid. And I would like to credit this to Rohit Sharma because of his usage of the bowlers at the right time and right situations. That the way he has placed these bowlers when he required wickets has been spectacular, and they have delivered at every point in time. And Josh Butler in particular, I felt was feeling clueless when he was giving out his bowlers the placing his bowlers at the right time. So I'll give this credit to Rohit Sharma that despite being struggling with a bat, he has been doing spectacularly well with the captaincy in the white ball format.
Dr. Andrew Fleming, who's the Deputy British High Commissioner, sends me a tweet. I want to congratulate BCCI on their win, but also England cricket on making a real match of it. Quote, the venue is magic under lights, one of which went out, causing a delay of some 30 minutes. But just like Billy Joel, someone did turn the lights back on, within quotes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Excellent tweet from Andrew Fleming, the British High Commissioner. He's just sent it to me. So I thought I might as well read that out. Where is Rohit Juglan? Rohit Juglan is doing the Hindi live with Shubha and Chakraborty. So, and Ogni and Devashish are doing the Bangla live. So last few minutes on this particular show, because of what is this? KL is not a match winner. He didn't win cup because of his mentality. Again, KL. Let's talk a little bit about the faster bowlers, guard. Mohammad Shami, yes, some runs conceded. All of them had conceded some runs, but for Mohammad Shami, what we wanted to check was not runs conceded. We wanted to check fitness. We wanted him to get game time. He's bowled 8 overs. He's bowled 8 overs in both games. He's not pulled up. He's bowled with intensity. Yes, he's still having an issue with the line for left-handers, but he'll sort that out. What he needed to do was be out there. I thought Mohammad Shami has been able to prove that. Gargi Rao.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Like you said, we weren't looking for him to get 5 wickets every match or something like that. You wanted to see whether or not Mohammad Shami's body was holding up, whether or not, if a Jasprit Bumrah is not in the team in the Champions Trophy, if he can't join the Indian team in the later stages as well, do you have a solid pace attack leader in a Mohammad Shami? And I think he's been looking very, very positive. He bowled about 8 overs today as well. So when you think about it, he's in the last game as well. I think he had bowled some 7-8 overs. So I think it's looking really, really, really positive for Shami as well. Yes, he went for a lot of runs today. He was the most expensive bowler within the Indian bowling lineup. But at the same time, you also have to think about the conditions, the surface that was there. It had no purchase for bowlers whatsoever. So keeping all that aside, you don't have to worry about about line and length and discipline and consistency when you're talking about a bowler like Mohammad Shami. All you wanted to see was whether or not his body was holding up, which it is. He's fielding throughout the entire match. That's a very positive sign. And he's bowling close to 10 overs. I think it looks very positive for the Indian bowling lineup.
Just to add to what Gargi is saying, Bharat, the pace is also 136, 137 at an average of that. I mean, he touched 140 a couple of times. Also, if you see the England bowlers, whether it's Atkinson, whether it's Mark Wood, whether it's Jamie Overton, everybody sort of considered around 7.5 and over, 8.5 over in the first 10. So did Mohammad Shami because of the field restrictions and power play and all of that. So this is pretty par on a very good batting surface. But let me put you in the spot, Bharat, in the last 4-5 minutes of the show to all of you. Couple of days left, right? Today is the 9th. You've got 3 days left for your final team to be given to the ICC. Jasprit Bumrah not getting ready. From what I've been told is he will take a bit more time at the NCA. Will they risk him? We don't know yet. But if they have to make one change, will it be Harshit Rana? Will it be Varun Chakravarti? Who's your vote for? Bharat Ramraj? What do you do?
Well, one change, I guess if it's just one change, then I will look at Varun Chakravarti. I know I'm thinking about one more spinner, but in Dubai conditions, if you have Mohammad Shami and if you have Arshdeep Singh and one Hardik Pandya, I guess that's more than enough in terms of your.
So will you make 2 changes, Bharat? Will you get in Varun Chakravarti and Harshit Rana for Washington Sundar and possibly Jasprit Bumrah? Will you do that?
Yeah, you just asked about one change. If it's about 2 changes, then I will get Harshit Rana for Jasprit Bumrah and Varun Chakravarti for Washington Sundar. That's what I would do. These are the 2 changes I would make because obviously, as I noted, Varun Chakravarti is at the peak of his prowess. If you don't pick him now, then I don't know when you would pick him. Maybe when he will retire and sit on a rock chair, and you would start to wonder when I was at my peak, you guys didn't pick me. So yeah, otherwise I would pick Harshit Rana because he's a wicket taker. There are some rough edges that he needs to polish, just like the other hit the deck pacer option India have in Prasidh Krishna. Similar problems Harshit Rana also has in terms of his thought process. Sometimes suddenly tries to bowl a magic delivery or something on those lines and gives away runs, but he's definitely a genuine wicket taker, and India can look at him. As far as the conditions were concerned, see, there was hardly anything in it for pace bowlers. Let us be honest about it. If there was something in it, it was for spinners. India rightly picked 3 spinners, and England have come in here with just one frontline spinner, which makes no sense. There's nothing in it for pace bowlers. So all those guys, Jamie Orton, yeah, he tried his best, but Mohammad Shami or whoever it is, it's just the pace bowlers were just like cannon fodder on that pitch.
Last couple of questions, Gargi. Same question to you. 2 changes, 1 change. What's your final? Because now it's time. It's 2 more days. Tomorrow's the 10th. 2 more days, 48 hours. You will have to give your final 15 to the ICC. What is your final 15? Because now it's starting to look a very solid unit. With the batting, everyone's clicking except Rahul, who'll come good, and the Kohli, who nobody needs to bother about in white ball. He will come good. batting looking the part, bowling, in fact, the spin bowling looking really, really good. What is your final team, Gandhi? Two changes, one change. What are you going to do?
One change, obviously, I would add Varun Chakravarti. That's my change. Because you see,
So
he's
no
in his
Harshit
prime.
Rana.
Oh, I'm tempted to add Harshit Rana as well because he's been phenomenal. Now you look at all three debuts, three furs in all three debuts, and he's been very, very consistent with his line and length as well. So
So
you know
if
what?
no
No.
Jasprit Bumrah, Harshit Rana, and will you change what Bharat said? Will you get Varun for Washington, or how do you want to go about it? Because clearly, Washington has not played. Varun
Yeah.
is, so they have clearly given this indication that Varun is ahead in the pecking order at this point in time. Is that now a very realistic change according to you?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think even before Varun had actually played a match in this series, we were talking about if there's anyone who Varun can replace, it would definitely be Washington Sundar. So, if assuming there is no Jasprit Bumrah, then I'd get in a Harshit Rana and a Varun Chakravarti for Washington Sundar. That would be my two changes.
Sports Fire, you're talking about a 10 for 3 situation. Rohit Sharma, in that interview to me when he first became captain, had spoken about this 10 for 3 situation in the 2023 World Cup. If you remember, against Australia, we were 10 for 3. KL Rahul and Virat Kohli won us that match. I don't see that as a problem with this side. This side bats pretty deep. And if it is a relatively low scoring match or whatever, 10 for 3, 20 for 3, there is enough batting there. Enough batting. KL Rahul has the ability to soak in the pressure. Ravindra Jadeja has not even batted. Hardik Pandya is there, who is India's best white ball player by a distance. The only player, according to me, who obviously alongside Jasprit Bumrah is indispensable. So there's plenty of meat there. Naman Suri, coming to you, England, relatively good side. If you see yesterday, New Zealand made mincemeat of Pakistan. Glenn Phillips looking the part, 330 for 678 run win. Today, India doing this. Clearly, going into the Champions Trophy without Saim Ayub, it looks to me that India and New Zealand are the two teams from this particular group who are looking the two teams to go through to the next to the semi-finals. Pakistan and Bangladesh will be a tad surprising if one of those teams beat either India or New Zealand. Naman Suri.
Yeah, definitely. New Zealand getting the better of Pakistan at their home. Obviously, they become the favorite outright. And given how India has been performing against England in the series, while swapping players here and there, so it's clear that New Zealand and India will be the outright favorites to proceed further from the group. And I mean, Pakistan, given that it's their home condition, I was hoping they would do better, but as the history has been in the recent past, Pakistan hasn't been able to get better of away teams at their home as well. So, I mean, it will be a bit difficult for Pakistan the way their stadiums and everything is panning out. It's a very broken situation, and I'm very sorry for the fans how they will be feeling that neither with the bat, neither of the field, no one is doing good in Pakistan. So outright favorites definitely New Zealand and India. Hopefully, India gets the better of New Zealand.
Bharat, I'll give you the last words. Last match, do you reckon multiple changes? Do you reckon Shubman Gill could be rested? Do you reckon KL Rahul could be sort of removed and Rishabh Pant given a game? Do you see Kuldeep Yadav getting another game in place of someone? Because you want all your players to be in good fettle. You won the series already. Jadeja has done the job. Do you reckon multiple changes, Bharat Ramraj?
Maybe a couple of changes they will make. I don't know. Will they make 3, 4, or whatever changes? But I expect a couple of changes. Maybe Pant will come into the equation. That's one. Maybe they will try Jaiswal because Gautam Gambhir in particular, at least as an outsider, it feels as if this think tank really wants Jaiswal to fit into that particular lineup. So he might come into the equation. Not very sure about Kuldeep Yadav. I guess they would want to give Varun Chakravarti one more game just to see how he goes. Okay, bowled decently in the second match, but I guess they would want to see another match with Varun Chakravarti playing. So maybe I guess he will play. Just want to add a point on this New Zealand Pakistan and whatever it is. England came here with 4 fast bowlers every single game. They keep playing 4 fast bowlers. Obviously, they only picked one frontline spinner. That is their mistake. But that is something India won't get with those teams, even Pakistan or New Zealand. obviously Bangladesh, they will pick a couple of frontline spinners. That could be the only minor blip that I'm just looking at the other side, because I somehow feel that this Indian lineup plays pace, not movement, plays pace very well. But they don't. I'm not very sure about them against left arm spin or wrist spin. That's the only other matchup I'm thinking about. But although India and New Zealand should theoretically start as two of the better teams in that particular group.
I'll end there. Let's do a show tomorrow when Gargi sort of leads the 12 noon show. Rishabh Pant or KL Rahul, because that's a big call for India. In the World T20, we know it was Rishabh Pant. In the 2023 World Cup, when Rishabh was injured, it was KL Rahul. Going into the competition, India has both options. So wicket keeping option and the versatility that both of these fellows bring. A left hand, this guy is right hand, both reasonably decent keepers. Rishabh perhaps a tad better, but KL Rahul with his ability at number 5, and if Bharat rightly said, or someone said 10 for 3, KL Rahul has the ability to carry the innings forward. So multiple different permutations, combinations, India will have to think about as far as that wicket keeping option is concerned. We'll talk about it at length tomorrow. For the moment, the story is Rohit Sharma. Rohit Sharma making a comeback is the headline coming out of Qatar. Did somebody go to Puri and pray for him at the Jagannath Mandir? Who knows? Whatever has happened for the good of Indian cricket, and billions will be celebrating tonight. Whether or not you like him or not, the fact is he's your captain. The fact that Rohit Sharma got 100, run a ball 100 or better than run a ball 100 is a massive night for Indian cricket and a night to celebrate. Gargi Rao, Bharat Ramraj, Naman Suri, and to everyone watching, thank you very much for joining us. Do read Shomik Chakraborty's piece, which will be up in a while. Do read my column on Rohit Sharma, which has already been put up on our website. For the moment, that's all we have. Thank you for joining us.